DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
On 2, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. This defense for the Jets, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hole.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Buying time to his left. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all. That's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Burrow. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action. Now Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
10-0 the score after one on EA.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
On gain of 9, brings up third and 1.
To throw is Wilson. And able to connect with Berrios. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. The Jets at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
the play fake. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Here's Williams to return, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. Trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Ball again on 2nd down. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And remember, he put one on the ground last week, so the rookie now back-to-back weeks with a fumble loss.
And 0 excuses, but altogether not surprising. Rookie running backs have to adjust to the speed of the NFL, and it's not just in their running. It's the speed of defenders getting to them, how hard and aggressive they are in tackling, them raking at the football. So many things they didn't deal with in college, and that's one of the big adjustments that they have to make. Again, not a surprise, but he's got to figure it out.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll give it to Mixon, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
14, Jets 10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are once again back in front. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Here we go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
11.
Now Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Jets will take over. And an update from up in Foxborough. And the Ravens have opened it up a bit, leading by a couple of scores. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he completes it to Berrios. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Braxton Berrios selecting to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Hall again. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They go play action with Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
McPherson on for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score. Bengals 21, Jets 17. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
First down. Here's Burrow. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quan Alexander charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. That's the tight end Hurst with it. He's got room past the 30. Look at the big fella go. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And he's got some space here. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 31-yard line. 114 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. An option handoff here to Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
On 2.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
On 1, ready?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Here we go.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Wilson steps away to his left. And he fires one incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
On the counter, it's Hall. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert, and he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go again with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Burrow. He's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Burrow.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Burrow.
He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On one, ready?
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. First throw in overtime now for Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Burrow will throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Ashton Davis drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime.
And here comes Berrios. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick-6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Here's Hall again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. DJ Reader there on the tackle. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward this season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
On second down, a run we haul. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. My goodness, 229 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring,